Hi Pallavi. Am I audible, Pallavi? Hi Pallavi. Am I audible, Pallavi? Let's wait for 2 minutes and then we'll start. Hi Kunal. Hi Pallavi. Okay, let's start, guys. Guys, in the last session when we were discussing about it, so we were working on the Abap ALE. Okay, how to do the configurations, how to write the program, and at the last we got stuck where the function module was not getting triggered because we did not have a correct partner profile available. And I tried to check with some people, even with the vendor also, there they have some problem with that T code, and we are not able to create new partner currently. So we cannot move further without that, and we cannot reprocess our idoc. So he's still working on that part, and then we can work on. So for that now, okay, see, for idoc, partner profile is a must thing. Okay, without partner profile, we cannot receive or send the information from SAP. Okay, so for now, what we'll do is I'll just go through of these concept which I taught you in the last two sessions of ALE, and we'll see if tomorrow he can fix that issue or not. If he's able to fix it, then we can work on. Else, we'll move to the next topic, which we can take as a function module, or we can take BDC, we can take enhancement. Okay, so we'll move to the next topic tomorrow. For now, we'll just go with a recap, as I have some other thing also to do today. Okay, so guys, oh, I was speaking on mute. Okay, let me come again. Okay, guys, so what is IDOC actually? IDOC is nothing but a container. Okay, so what it holds is it holds the data and send to the other system, SAP system or ALE system. Okay, that is a secured method to send the information, because there we are using the SAP to SAP things. Okay, yes, I corrected that. I removed unmuted. Okay, so IDOC is used to send the information from one SAP system to another SAP system or third party system. Both it can send the information. We have some middlewares, PI, we have some other thing like IIB, IAD. There are MuleSoft, there are a lot many middleware are available. There we can send the information. And later on, after conversion, they can transmit the data to the third party. Or sometimes we can send this to third party also directly from SAP. Okay, so idoc has three data segments, so we call it some folders. Okay, in three folders, what we hold actually, so first folder is control, second one is data, third one is status. Okay, so in the control segment or control folder, we'll say, okay, in the simple terms, so what it holds actually. Okay, so in the control segment, it will hold the information about connectivity. Okay, so which is my receiver partner, okay, which is my sender partner, which is my receiving port, which is my sending port, all those things, and who has sent this data, all those information will be stored in this control segment or folder. Okay, now coming to the next data. Okay, and the data what it holds is the data which we are sending. It can be your material master data, it can be your vendor master data, it can be your invoice data, it can be any of your custom message also you can send to third party system, or you can receive it from the third party system. Okay, so these three things are always same in the outbound and inbound. Okay, the next part is status. Okay, so when we are generating any idoc from SAP system, or when we are receiving any idoc from third party system, it has to store it it has to be stored in our database, right? Or it has to go from our DB data and write a program to send this outside. Okay. So once it has gone outside from SAP system, whether it has reached to the system or not, that we can track. Okay, with some status, we have sent status, not sent, lost, still waiting, or the idoc which was generated is still there in the system. We need to run some programs to send the output idoc outside. So all those things we can see with the help of status. Okay, so you can take this example as a post. Actually, you want to write some post to your relative. Okay, there what you have to do is, in the control statement we have to tell who is sending the this post and who is going to receive. Okay, inside the data what you do is you write your content, that how are you doing, and hope you are well, and all those stuff you want to write in the data segment you can write inside, which is hidden, right? And then status. Okay, so once you submit it to the post office or speed post or any courier service, they give you one tracking number, right? So even the idoc also has one tracking idoc number. So with that help of idoc number or the tracking number, we can get to know whether the post has been sent or not. Okay, it has been sent, not sent, it has lost. Okay, it's still there in the post office. Okay, or whether it has been received by your receiver actually. So all those things we can take it as a post thing actually. Okay, you are writing the post to someone or mailing to someone. Okay, now we have two kind of idocs available in SAP system. Okay, one is called EDI, electronic data exchange. This is more secure database where we need to have some more settings based on the type of output which they are going to receive. But the frequently and mostly widely used technology is ALE, application link enabling. Okay, I forgot this link. Okay, this is a full form. People might ask you when you are going for interview. Okay, that what's the full form of EDI and ALE. So you can say electronic data interchange, and this one is application link enabling. And ALE is only the best we are using everywhere, that it can be third party, SAP to SAP, SAP to PI, SAP to XI, anywhere we are using ALE technology to send or receive the data. Okay. Now we have some things actually, like we have some concept called what is basic type, what is message type, what is extension. Okay, so all those things. So we gave an example of this some two data set over here. Okay, so what we can say is two data sets, like we have two page form. Okay, you like whenever you are going for some malls or you are going to bank, that you are filling the bank information, right? That what they say is they'll give you one page that they will ask you your name, your mobile address, your email address and all. In the right side and the second page they can ask you your Aadhaar number, they can ask you your signature, they can ask your current address, on all those things, right? And what is your salary, what's your PAN card number, other thing. Okay, all those things. So we have divided this in two parts over here. Okay, and if you see here that this can be used as a material segment. Okay, so we had taken material number, material name and price, so which we are putting it one folder called material segment folder. Okay, and then this material number for this period they have sold for 1 lakh rupees, and this is my sales folder. Okay, and those both can be linked to one main folder, which is we call is one basic type or one, and this basic type can be added to one message type. Okay, that we'll see later. I'll show you what's the difference in basic type and message type as well. Okay, now idoc has two things actually. There are two kind of idocs available in SAP. One is inbound idoc, one is outbound idoc. Okay, any idoc which is being created in SAP and we send to outside to third party system or SAP system, we call it as outbound system. Okay, like we have generated some information in one idoc and we are sending it to some third party application, then with this we call it as an outbound idoc. Okay, but when we are receiving some information from outer world, okay, or some access system or some Java application or SAP portal also, when sometimes we get this inbound information, we call it as a inbound idoc. Okay, so means it is incoming, it is outgoing, you can remember like that. Okay, and the status number we denote, because in SAP you, if you see any configuration in SAP, what we do is we mostly define that context with numbers. We play with numbers, like company code we have numbers but we have company name, right? We have one vendor number but we have vendor name, we have material number but we have material name, we have customer number but we have customer name. So for all those things, okay, we denote with numbers. So for outbound the number is 1. Okay, for inbound the number is 2. If you want to search some idoc, you can search with number 2 over here. If I go to an SAP, okay, W02. This is where W02 is a IDOC decode to check the IDOC. Okay, in the system. If you go in the direction, here we can see the one and two. See, one is for outbound, two is for inbound. So if you want to check only the inbound messages, double click on that, then it will be selected over here. Okay, so we'll see that in some time. Then we have concept called partner. Okay, so what is partner actually? So partner is nothing but like your SAP system. Okay, you are working for one company actually. Okay, and you are working for one of the projects. So that will be one partner. Now you want to send that information to their customer, right? Sometime it happens their customer. If you want to send that information, then that will be receiver, and you will be a sender. Okay, so partner is nothing but like to who is going to receive or send the data. Okay, so those are called partners. Okay, we do not conflict it with company code directly. We can say this is my company and I'm sending information to this company, but in the SAP it comes as a partner, and we have to do settings to create a partner ports and all. So these are all configuration we have to do. Okay, then coming to the message types. Okay, so when we went here in the last slide, over here what we did is first we create one basic type. Actually basic type, what it is a collection of structures. Okay, structure means one structure will be material, one structure will be sales. Okay, if you want to combine these two in one folder, that calls basic type. Okay, and when you're going to fill data in this basic type, so that is called your message. Okay, so metmask is one of the message we fill. Okay, in that message type we have one basic type called metmask 01, metmask 02, metmask 303, some similar like that. Barely messages are there. Okay, so that holds the structure. Actually base message type holds the message or information or data. Okay, so message type metmask will have data for what it will have for material or sales, for example we are saying. But there's those has a different component which can hold marcy table data, mardi table data, and all those things. Okay, and basic type can be your metmask 01, metmask 02, metmask 03. Similarly for dev mask, which is for customer master, these are the standard IDOC. Okay, standard message type already created in SAP. Okay, but sometimes what happens, the user or the customer asks us to create our own see, if a company is producing biscuits. Okay, or they're producing petrol. Okay, so for that all those kind of thing, SAP has already given the structures, the business idea, the business plan, everything is almost ready. A little bit of customization are required. But coming to some segments, like I'll say, someone want to do some dairy product. Okay, so for that SAP has not built any application that can help the dairy product. So for that time we need to create our own messages. Okay, so we can create one G messages, and we can use this mask and create our own G messages. Okay, customized messages, and we can remove or add the information in that customized messages. Okay, now we can, this is we have already seen. Okay, now we have seen some idocs T codes. So what are those T codes actually? So if you want to monitor the idocs, like which all idocs coming or going, so these are the T codes which we have: W02, W05, W07, W09. Okay, let's run it one more time and let's see. So if I want to see W02, okay, here we get some filter option over here. Okay, you can filter with a date, you can filter with a direction, like it's a inbound or outbound. You want to filter only the status. Okay, if it is success, then only it should show. So for that, for inbound, the success status is 53. Okay, so if you want to see today how many idocs got processed, okay, it shows nothing. So let's see for all data. Okay, how come it's possible? Let's check for all data. Okay, let's see for 51. Okay, people have not posted idocs over here that did not get success, or it might be a new system. Okay, so people are not using it much, so we are not getting any new idoc. Okay, 53 status. Let me check from the last year if we have any. See, we don't have any idoc. We can have one more status which is 03, which is for outbound. Let's see. See here, 03, we have so many. We have sent from SCP to some other party system. If you double click on this, okay, go to your status record. In the 03, it says data passed to port, means it has been sent where to the configure system. So where it has gone, we can see in the control record. Okay, so this is my basic type partner. So this is my receiver. This receiver has received the data from my SAP system, and who has sent it? We have sent from SAP ED1, and this is my port. This is my partner number. Okay, so that's how we monitor the IDOCs. If you want to monitor it, we have one more T code for this. We have W05. Okay, we have W05. This also shows the same thing, same typical to W02. If I just execute normally, okay, today there is no IDOC. See, it also shows the same thing actually. Double click on that. Now, here if you'll see W02, we are only able to give the basic type. If I want to search for message type, met mass, okay? And let's see how many met mass was sent out. Okay. So total 75,624 IDOCs was sent out to some other system from SAP, and we have received 3 metmas also from outside world. Both can be possible. Okay, you can use this message for both the time. Now, if I just double click on this, okay, go to data record, and then we have one segment. So this is one folder. It holds the metna number 1, year name Syam, Mattat, raw. Okay, inside that we have some more folders EMKTM, MRCM. But if you see here, what is the material number? Which is 1, right? In the screen over here, if I want to give, I want only those mat mass, okay, which has material number as 1. So for that, if you see here, we don't have anything available to give material number, right? So for that, we have one more T code called WE10, okay, or 09, we can say first, WE09. Okay, there what we can do is we can give first what message type. Okay, what was our message type? Metmask. Okay, as soon as we give this metmask, and let me give this 22, then here in the last downside we got the search in the segment, means you search in the folder. What do you want to search? Press F4 over here. Okay, it is not giving any value because we have not given the basic type. Okay, so it gives mostly with the basic type. So now if I click F4, okay, it says these many seg folders are available for that one. So where we were seeing this material number, we are seeing in the mara m, right? Even mara m. Yeah, so we gave this. Now it will ask which field you want to search. Okay, so we want to search only material number. Okay, now what's the value you want to search? I said I want only the material which has value 1. Okay, and execute. Okay, so it says 6458 itocs found. Okay, let's see, run it. So it will check on all those iDocs and see wherever the material number 1 was used, and it will return us only the iDoc which has material number as 1. Okay, so total 3541 iDocs has material number 1 used. Okay, now let's open one or two iDocs. If you just open it, okay, we can just, okay, remove this. We can directly click on this iDoc number. Okay, it will open over here. Go to the data record, click on even maram. If you see here, where is the material number? This is 1. Okay, even maram we gave, right? Somewhere they might be using, or we give any wrong information. G receiver mara. Okay, matmas 01, search for value 01. I think it has taken wrongly. Let me give complete number. Now let's see. So it should only give the record which is matching the condition actually. Okay, with this way we can find the information. See, search and data record was unsuccessful. Okay, let's change this value again, 01, execute. It will search all the idocs from that date. Okay, it is not getting. Okay, so similar way you can also search that over here. Now go, what's the next code over here? W07. Okay, W07, it directly holds the error idoc. Okay, if only error idoc you want to find, you can go to this W07 and you can see only the error idoc. Okay, so if I just say 09, okay, and not go for more, See, total 9 items got failed, in which 8 was outbound and 9 was inbound. If you want to see, okay, here we can see some more status over it, like some error what happened, then later on you corrected it, okay, and you reprocess, that will come over here, okay. So if you just see here that it got blue, yellow, and if it's green also it can happen. If you're seeing over here, it will be still red. So sometimes what happens, small data issue are there, okay, then we just correct the data with the help of functional, or we can also do it. Then we go to BD87. This is a T code to reprocess the item. If you just open it here, okay, remove the date, here I'm able to see this Idoc, okay. So it says this got failed, and then there we have one option called process, okay. If you just do that, and if everything is fine, then it will be processed and it will be either changed to some other number, okay. So now currently the status is 56, it can change to some other number, okay. So that's how you can monitor the idocs. Now we have seen the idoc T codes, and these are the status. We have 03 for outbound success, like when we are sending the idoc outside, if it is reached successfully, the idoc will be 03 status, okay. If it is inbound idoc, the status should be 53. If it's a 51, then means inbound idoc got failed, okay. So if you see here, so inbound, if I see in the current error status, okay, with deletion flag, error corrected, if I open any of the idoc, okay, 56, okay, it is not coming over here, let me check. So 56 also one error status, let me on here, okay. So there are multiple status available that you can check, okay. Now if you want to process the idoc, okay, if you want to reprocess the idoc, sometime what happens in the production when you are working, you get the tickets, okay, from the customer saying this file has not been received in SAP system. Then what you do is you just check in your system, and that get to know that it got failed, okay. Then in that case, let's suppose we have this file which got failed over here, okay. Any idoc today? No. So I showed you one way, just this. See, if you see here, there is these idocs are processed, we can see in the green status, but this got filled, okay. So if you just take this file, and then we have to go to BD87, okay. Go to BD87, because most of the people get the have the access for this. If you don't have, then connect with your functional, they might have access to processes. Just execute it, okay. So it is not giving me any input. Why? Because this date for this idoc will be back date, but I don't know what's the date, so I can just remove the date and execute. Now we can see one idoc is coming, okay, error in ALE service. So just select this message over here and click on the process. If everything is fine, it got processed, otherwise it will give you the error again if something more data issue is there. So if you see here, no global company code is assigned to the company code ACW. So this can be some functional issue which they might have to correct it, okay. This is one of the way without, and to use this BD87, what happens if you are reprocessing idoc, you are re-triggering the idoc, okay. What happens, it will not generate any new number, only this 52 will be created. But if you are using, we have one more T code to do it, WE19, okay. This is also for idoc processing, and this is test rule. We do not use mostly, but sometimes we have to use it with some user access. Now we got to know that there is some error in the data. What user says is, you do one thing, you change this value to 001 and process it, and we give you the approval to do that, okay. Take that approval, everything on the mail, everything will be there in the sequence, and then you click on inbound function module, okay, or standard also we can create. If you click on the standard inbound, just execute, click on execute, okay. If these settings are correct already, if you see here, one idoc got generated automatically. See, if you see here, earlier there was no idoc, but here, which idoc we gave this one 52, but new idoc is created, this one. If you see here, today's date, a new idoc will be generated. So that is not the correct practice. People say do not do that, okay. And see, still it got failed. Why? There will be some error over here, either receiver port in not, it's not valid, okay, is invalid, we can say. So these are the ways we can reprocess the idocs, okay. Now those are the like static basic thing we should know about the idoc, what all those things are there. But Now how to do the configurations? Okay, so what we did is actually we want to create some form, like this is my form which is having customer id, name, age, mobile number, email address, pin code. Okay, and this data has to come to SAP system. For that, there are standard messages are available, but if you want to use your custom message, you want to create your own message. Okay, that time you have to do certain configurations. Some configurations are being done by basis team. Okay, like logical system creation assigned to cause client. Okay, creating RFC is nothing but you're creating a connection. Okay, connection means like from the portal the data has to come to your SAP, right? So there should be some connectivity between them, so we can do with the help of SM59. Okay, now there are some setting which has to be done by functional people. So that will be like creating a port, okay, and creating a distribution model, like who all are going to receive that information on the system. Okay, it can be inbound also, it can be outbound also. For inbound, like let's suppose if you are getting a data from some outer world and you have four landscapes. Okay, so people who have worked on more than one continent, they might be knowing that multiple continent have multiple landscape they are using. Okay, so you want to distribute data for all the continents. Okay, so that time we do the distribution for internally as well. Then we go with partner profile. We create the partner profile which link with port actually. Okay, once can be done, technical steps are completed. This is functionally and basic people does. We can also learn that and we can do it. Okay, then next one is our technical steps. Okay, so in the technical step, first what we required is we required field mapping. Okay, let me just added one more thing here, field mapping, where how it will be mapping, like your customer, okay, customer ID should be linked with your corner. I can say this is my SAP technical name I'm using. Okay, and this is the third party application which are using. So these field mapping is required. Based on that, you need to create one table. Okay, and if it's a inbound, you need one function module to process that. Okay, or it can be with some job. So there also you need some report programs. Okay, so this need to be done in the starting itself. Now after that, we need some certain steps are there. Okay, around 9 to 10 steps totally. First step is creating a segment. Okay, so I'll show you this one by one more time. So first step is W31. We need to create a structure, so that we have created. Inside that, what we did is we added our all the fields which we are going to get from third party. Okay, so we have ID, name, age, mobile, pin code. Okay, then the next step was we assign this segment to W30, which is our structure. Okay, total structure G customer. If I just go there, it can hold multiple segment, multiple folders. Can this is also one kind of folders which keeps the technical settings, like these are all my fields which are going to come in this structure. Okay, and then we had text with WE81, I guess. Yeah, so we need to create on message type. What the message type holds is it holds the message or data. Okay, G customer, let's see. Okay, so G customer created nothing, just an entry you have to do and store it in your TR. Okay, once it is created, next you have to do is link both the things, like basic type and message type, WE82. Okay, so if I search here message type, it will be linked with our basic type. Okay, and then we have to tell which system we are using, so it's 740, so that you can give over here. So these four steps are, first we have to do it mandatory. Okay, linking, creating a segment, creating a basic type, creating a message type, and link message type to basic type. Okay, now create a logical system. See, we have already created the logical system with the help of our functional, okay, basis team. So if you want to create now, you can also create now, or it can be predefined, you can use it. Okay, so you can use a T code BT57. Okay, if I just go to BT57, see, it says if you want to create some logical system, uh, link type and says no, this is wrong T code. Actually, we have posted over here. I'll correct it. Actually, this is not the correct T code. Okay, then we need to create linkage between function module. Now we have created one function module where we will write all the logic to modify the table, insert the entries, check whether the entries are correct or not. So that thing we have to link, okay, with our message type. So where we can do is we can do in WE57. So here my I need to give my function module name. So we created one function module, I remember, G customer mod demo. Okay, so this is a function model we created. This is my basic type and this is my message type. So all those things has to be linked. Okay, so that when we're flowing the data, it should connect with each other. Okay, this is my function model name, for this is basic type, and this is my message type. Okay, the next what we have to do is characteristics are not required for now. Okay, then create a process code. Okay, so process code we have to create with the help of WE42. So what is process code actually? Okay, so process code determines which message type or which function module needs to be triggered for this outbound Idoc or inbound Idoc. Okay, or inbound Idoc. So this is the process code which we have created, I guess. G customer process. Yeah. So if you open this, double click on this thing, what we give here is we give our function module name. So whenever this Idoc comes, it will first go to here, G customer process, and then it will check what is my linked one function module. And then it will go here, okay. And then what it will do here, here we are giving processing with ALE service. Along with that, we says processing by function module. So we have task and by process also, like task, if you want to give some workflow, you want to trigger, that also possible, or you want to trigger some function module, then we are going to go with this function module option over here. Okay, if you click on this also, we'll see this like how many times it should repeat. Like if something is failing one time, two times, it should try to reprocess the thing, so that we can give over here. Okay, so that's how we do the processing thing. Now most of the settings are completed. Now after that, we done. Okay, we create the partner profile also with the help of functional. So partner profile we can see with the T code WE20. Okay, if you're using already, so mostly logical system we create. So let's suppose we have created one partner profile. If I go, this is can be my partner profile. Okay, if you're going to receive an inbound Idoc, okay, you have to go here. Over here you can see inbound parameters and outbound parameter. If you're going to send Idoc outside, you need to give the message type here, or you need to give, if you're going to receive, then you have to give the message type over here. Okay, so just double click on this. We can just simply give the name, and automatically it will take us over here in the screen. Here we say what is my process code. Like process code we know, right? We have created the process code WE42, so that we can give. And message type, what is message type, which we have given. That's all. This is all not required and not compulsory. But there is one more thing, like trigger immediately. Okay, or triggered by background job. So there are two options over here. One is trigger immediately. It means as soon as the Idoc or information come through SAP, you start triggering the process. Okay, or the second option is trigger by background program. Okay, inside that what happens, we have to tell what is my program actually. Okay, so there are some standard programs available. What it happens, we schedule it for hourly basis, 2 hourly basis, 5 hourly basis, or daily ones. Okay, likewise we program them and it runs actually. So we collect all the Idoc information, but we do not generate call these process code and message type until then. So once in a night when the system is free, okay, sometimes when we are getting thousands or millions of record data, we collect everything and then we do it in the night when the system is free. Users are not working on the system. Okay, so this is used at that time, and then that process background job will take that thing and then process things. Okay, once that is done, the R setting is completed. Okay, our setting is completed. Now in the function module which we have created earlier, SE37, we'll have to write our logic over here to first read the information. Okay, the data which is coming in this IDOC. Okay, then do the validation. Like how do we do the validation, whether this material number exists in the system or not, or customer number exists in the system or not, or the number of letters are not alphanumeric. All those validation can be done over here. And once everything looks fine, you can create entry in your table. Which table? Which we have created, right? uh, so we have created this table. Inside that we can create the entry or change the entry based on your logic. You can do accordingly. And once it is done, you get to know that it's fine, then you need to change the status to 53. Okay, if it is success, everything is fine, then you need to change the status, send back the status 53. Otherwise you need to send the status 51. So this we'll see. We could not see this because of the connectivity issue. we are not getting the correct partner number. Okay, we are not able to create also. So for that we are still working on. Okay, so we'll write this logic, and otherwise in the next session we will connect start taking the function module as a concept. Okay, so guys, if you have any doubt by now or in the configuration you do also in your systems, and let me know if you face any problem. If you have currently working partners or something, like if you have two systems available with you in the local server, let me know. I'll take your system and I can show the demo over there as well. Okay, so that's all guys for today. Then we'll tomorrow we'll take either we'll take this continue, or if not then we'll take the function module as a new next concept, and then we'll take this after some days. Okay, so let's meet tomorrow guys. Okay, that's all for today. Good night. Bye.